Welcome to English Storyline, where thrilling stories unlock your English fluency in one captivating ride. Imagine a night when ghosts roam freely among the living, and ancient rituals hold the power to protect or doom entire villages. This tale starts thousands of years in the past, long before pumpkins, outfits, sweets, or spooky dwellings existed, before the holiday even bore the name Halloween. In those times, flames illuminated the darkness, and folks donned beast hides to frighten away phantoms. They thought the souls of the departed might roam the world. This isn't an invented narrative, it's the genuine account of Halloween's past. A narrative brimming with old mysteries, lost ceremonies, profound shifts, and the facts underlying the eeriest evening annually. However, this isn't merely a lesson in history. It's also a fantastic method to enhance your English skills. If you're studying English and aiming to boost your hearing, word knowledge, or smoothness, this account suits you ideally. I will talk at a measured pace, with clarity and feeling, describing each aspect in straightforward English. This way, you can acquire English effectively while savoring a remarkable tale that will astonish you. You'll view Halloween differently, forever. Let's start. Section 1. The Roots of Halloween. Prior to its current title, Halloween's narrative commences over 2,000 years back, not in the United States, not in film studios, not in stores or eerie structures. It originates in a region of mist, woods, and flames. It starts in historic Celtic territories now recognized as Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and sections of northern France. These early inhabitants were known as the Celts, said as Celts. They lacked social media or smartphones. They possessed the ground, the heavens, the breeze, the lunar body, and a profound faith in the natural world and ethereal realm. For the Celts, existence overflowed with enchantment, enigma, and dread. The strongest date annually was October 31st, the evening of the event named Samhain, uttered as sown. What did Samhain represent? Samhain served as the Celtic eve of the new year, the last day of the old one. To them, the fresh year didn't commence in January. It launched in November alongside the shadowy, chilly winter. Thus, October 31st signified the close of the gathering period and the onset of the death season. But here's the compelling element. The Celts held that on this single evening, Samhain night, the barrier separating the alive and deceased vanished. They thought the spectral domain unlocked, permitting apparitions, forebears, and sinister energies to mingle with the living. It ranked as the riskiest and most enchanted night yearly. Why did it terrify them so? They felt spirits might revisit their residences, deliver notes from beyond, or inflict damage, illness, and chaos. So, the Celts needed to safeguard themselves. They lacked items like garlic, holy symbols, or scary films. They employed flame ceremonies, camouflages, and gifts to endure the darkness. During Samhain evening, enormous holy blazes ignited on elevation. Folks thought flames could repel wicked entities. All villagers assembled. They carried creature remains and tossed them amid the fires. That's the origin of bonfire. From bonfire, they also viewed the blaze as purifying. It could shield the terrain, produce households, and ready them for the frigid, lethal winter. Now, here's an intriguing detail. That evening, individuals wore beast pelts, cranium coverings, and shadowy capes. not for amusement but to bewilder the entities. They figured that resembling phantoms or feral beings would make actual spirits ignore them. Thus, the initial Halloween attires weren't enjoyable. They aimed at endurance. The Celts also readied unique edibles for Samhain, such as fruits, seeds, and pastries, but not for personal consumption. They placed them outdoors as tributes to the entities. Seeking harmony, they likewise trusted in prophecy. On this evening, one might glimpse visions of destiny, unions, or even demise. Central to everything were the Druids, Celtic holy men. They acted as ethereal guides, sorcerers, and scholars combined. They claimed to converse with entities, foresee events, and conduct hidden rites to defend the group. They donned lengthy garments, held rods, and earned deep admiration and apprehension. In Samhain, they directed the rites, kindled the blazes, and offered sacrifices. At times creatures, and in scarce tales humans too, to appease nature and death deities. It's simple to chuckle now, but for the Celts, this held truth. They didn't observe Halloween for pleasure, they withstood it. Up to now, we've observed how Samhain formed the holy Celtic event, an evening when the departed reappeared. Flames thundered, and folk strove to outlast the ethereal domain. But then, alterations occurred because near 43 AD, the mightiest realm globally reached Celtic areas, the Romans. They possessed wealth, progress, and ferocity. They rejected Celtic deities. They introduced their own divinities, rites, customs. Gradually, Rome dominated the region. But here's the curious aspect. The Romans didn't obliterate Celtic customs entirely. They didn't demolish Samhain. They fused it with their own events. This marked where Halloween started evolving. The Romans contributed two key events that merged with Samhain. First, Feralia, the Roman commemoration of the deceased. Feralia honored the essences of departed forebears. Individuals presented blooms, edibles, beverages, and sought tranquility from the departed. It happened in late October, nearly matching Samhain's timing. When Romans arrived, they noted, "You think the dead come back this night? We do too." The pair of realms started merging. Second, Pomona, the divinity of produce and foliage. Pomona represented the Roman goddess of fruits, trees, and reaping. Her emblem was the apple, explaining why apples later symbolized Halloween. Romans marked Pomona near Samhain's period. This sparked the custom of apple bobbing, an odd yet enjoyable Halloween activity with ancient significance. We'll discuss it further soon. Now, Samhain combined with Feralia and Pomona created a blend of Celtic terror, Roman ancestry, and harvest fruits. This concoction birthed something fresh, potent, and peculiar. Yet it continued. By 300 to 400 AD, a fresh authority emerged, the Christian faith. They sought to extend Christianity throughout Europe. They faced a major issue. Celtic and Roman customs remained robust, particularly shadowy pagan rites like Samhain. The faith labeled these as pagan, meaning non-Christian, nature-oriented, mystical. So, what action did they take? They didn't simply abolish Samhain. They attempted a wiser approach. They renamed it, altered its essence, shifted its goal. They retained the date, October 31st, and assigned it novel Christian connotation. In the 700s, the faith established a festival named All Saints' Day, or All Hallows' Day, on November 1. This honored saints and virtuous individuals who led pure, divine existences. Then they appended All Souls' Day on November 2nd. This prayed for every soul, particularly those in purgatory, a realm between paradise and inferno where souls awaited pardon. Thus, the faith provided 3 sacred days: October 31st, All Hallows' Eve. November 1st, All Hallows' Day for Saints, November 2, All Souls' Day. These became Hallowmas, a trio-day event for the deceased saints. Hereafter, that's the source of the name All Hallows' Eve Halloween. So, Halloween isn't solely one day. It formed part of the ethereal conflict between ancient pagan convictions and the Christian faith. But did it succeed? Did folks abandon Samhain? Not entirely. The faith attempted to govern the festival, but people retained old methods. They still ignited bonfires, they still wore disguises, they still thought the dead might return. The change. The festival now possessed dual aspects: one religious, revering saints and supplicating for souls; one folkloric, marking old customs, entities, and seasonal shifts. In numerous hamlets, boundaries between faith and lore faded. Folks attended services morningly and frolicked near flames nightly. For centuries, Halloween stayed mainly in Europe. It never grew large in England since Protestants dismissed Catholic notions like Halloween and Saints' Days. But when Irish and Scottish newcomers reached America in the 1800s, they carried their Halloween customs along. Let's rewind briefly, because prior to Halloween becoming today's version, it featured odd, enigmatic, potent rites. Here are several authentic practices from 1500s to 1800s on Halloween Eve. Soul cakes. The initial trick-or-treating impoverished folks and youngsters visited homes chanting for soul cakes. A soul cake. Pray for a soul and receive a cake. They got tiny spiced round treats with fruits. This was souling. The early trick-or-treat form. Rather than sweets, cakes instead of pranks. Prayers for deceased. Turnip lights before pumpkins. Irish carved visages into turnips. Inserting lights, turnip lanterns warded off wicked entities, similar to attires and flames. Apple activities for romance. Many Halloween games lacked scariness. They concerned love. One custom. A female peeled an apple continuously and flung the skin backward. The skin supposedly shaped her future spouse's initial letter. Another, a female gazed in a mirror midnight with a light to view her future partner's face. But occasionally, folks said they saw a cranium. Halloween turned into a night of leaf reading, nut tossing into flames for predictions, ring hiding in pastries, trusting Halloween dreams realized. In various ways, Halloween was an enchanted evening of individual fate. Which word from today's story is new to you? Share it in the comments.